So what do you do when this happens? Yep, my iMac died. It'll power back up again, it'll play the bong, and all looks well again, and it will reboot within a couple of minutes. You can also see I've got a bad screen as well. So I've been thinking that this is the perfect excuse that I need to upgrade my kit. This machine is now 7-year-old, so I think I've got my worth out of it. I have a 2015 MacBook Pro, and I'm thinking that I should just add a 4K monitor to it. So looking at 4K monitors is a little bit of a minefield. I've looked at various different sizes, including 27-inch and 32, and I've decided that the 27-inch is way too small, so that's not an option. 32 isn't bad. It's going to be bigger than my iMac screen. However, I've also spotted this 43-inch from LG. It's a 43UD79, and it's a really interesting monitor. This 43-inch monitor is quite a bit cheaper than a 32-inch monitor. I took the head stackers and decided just to go and order it. So it arrived the other day. Had some crack trying to get it up the stairs, but we got there eventually. It's a bit of an effort to get it up the stairs. When you're trying to do these things on your own, it's not easy. I should have done this earlier. I should have removed all the different bits that I've got from my desk and tidied the desk up. It's a huge box. See, the box mentioned rich bass. Well, it has a speaker, but the bass in it is terrible. So the first thing, you get a bunch of cables, manuals, there's a CD-ROM in it for some extra software. In the box itself then, we have the main stand, and then we have the base for the stand. And then we have the monitor itself. The first thing to do is turn the thing around so that it's going to be facing away from me. I'm going to lay it on the floor, but I need to check the floor just to make sure that I have no small sharp items or screws or anything lying on the floor that might damage the screen. I'd hoped that the package would come off from the top, but no, it didn't. It came off at the side, so I had to put it up on one end and slide it out. So then the next thing I do is I throw that cover down on the floor so that it's actually something for the monitor to lie on. The next thing to do is to get the stand out. It's relatively simple to install. It just slips into place. There's 4 screws. So screw them into place, screw them tight, and then just check it's in place okay, and then put the backing plate on. And finally the base goes on. It's relatively simple to put on. It doesn't even need a screwdriver. When you first put it on the desk, it looks huge. I found I've got used to it very, very quickly. On the back, you can see we have got an RS-232. We have 4 HDMIs. Now, you'll notice that 2 of them are 30p and the other 2 are 60p. I'll be using the 60p most of the time. The 30p might be useful for things like my Raspberry Pi and various things like that, but mostly for any serious work I'm going to be doing, it'll be on the 60p. We also have a display port, a USB-C port. And then we have 2 other USB ports. They're USB 3 ports, it seems. If I understand it, you can use it like a KVM. The great thing about this monitor, you've got so much room. I'm running at native 4K, no scaling, so much real estate. It's great for Final Cut. Also for Lightroom. Lightroom is wonderful. You can see your thumbnails, you can make them quite big. And you can get so many of them on the screen at one time. You can go through them and you actually see them. I mean, it's a huge increase over the 27-inch iMac. Color uniformity is the thing, though. I'm not dead sure that the color is uniform the whole way through. Sometimes you think there's slight changes in shade, but I have debated that. I'm not quite sure. Now, the monitor has speakers. It's perfectly fine, but I think the sound from my old iMac was much better. Now, this monitor, it does look good. I mean, it's looking good. I'm at it right now. I'm sitting in front of it. I'm looking at it, and I have this huge display. And there's so much real estate. Now, I have a couple of issues with it. The first thing is a little bit of flicker sometimes. My brother was up here recently and he noticed the flicker as well. Apparently this screen uses a thing called PWM, pulse width modulation. This is a way to reduce the brightness level. It uses the duty cycle of the LEDs. Now, I'm not going to even attempt to go into what that's all about. I'll link to a video below that explains more about PWM. The other thing about this monitor that I'm disappointed with is around the edges, there's like a shadow. Even if I look directly on the corners, it looks quite good, but if I move ever so slightly off the corners, I could start to see the shadow. Now, I thought again, if this is a bigger monitor, that it might be something to do with the size, that I'm too close to it. I thought I'd look at my own TV. Now, I have an even bigger TV. It's a 4K TV, it's a Samsung. And I sat really close to it. I put a computer screen up and it doesn't suffer from this. This is nothing to do with the fact that I'm closer to it. This is a design feature on this monitor. Now, most of the time you can ignore it, but you notice it whenever you come down with your mouse and you bring up your dock on your Mac, and you can see this where the mouse just disappears. I'm not extremely close to it. And then around the sides where you have the X button on your application, you can sort of just see it disappearing. So it's a wee bit disappointing. Now, I know the monitor was relatively cheap. I bought it for less than £600, which is pretty great for a monitor of this spec. But, you know, if I'm spending this sort of money, I really want it right. So I'm torn. I don't know whether to keep it, whether to not keep it. I am not sure what to do. So that's my unboxing of my new monitor. I haven't decided whether I'm keeping it yet. I might try another monitor. I know this is a 43 inch. I'm debating whether it's too big. Maybe it is, maybe it's not. I might try a 32 inch and see how we get on with that. All I know is that I wanted to go 4K and I wanted it something bigger than my iMac screen. Anyway, if you've made it this far, thanks for watching, and until next time.